Hey, YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
And today tonight, whatever the hell it is for you,
It's
we'll
11/11.
Make a wish.
Yeah.
We'll be doing a review for The Flash.
Season 5, Episode 3, The Death of Vibe.
Yes. It was a pretty solid episode, I have to say.
Yeah.
Sherlock is an evil person. Oh, he's a dipstick. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Just, instead of stick.
He's
But
a dipshit. I don't care.
Yeah.
I have no filter. I'll say it.
Oh, I know
whatever.
you don't. But as we stated last night in the I think it was last night.
For Supergirl.
Yeah.
No, Legends.
No, Legends. I think it was last night when I stated that the only thing that I only cuss on YouTube when I feel the gravitas is needed. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a dipstick. I say that, and each time I'm worried, I'm not gonna say stick.
I like him. I like that Tom Cavanaugh comes in and he does all these different inflections of Wells and all these different creative things with the character.
Yeah.
I just think it's fun to watch, and it's probably fun for him too.
It is.
Because he gets to use other voices and he gets to dress up and all that stuff. So
every time he goes to a convention or something, he's always asked about it.
yeah.
And he always says that this is one of his favorite roles because the role changes each year. He never plays the same person.
He doesn't.
And that's the fun thing, is that it's technically the same person, but is vastly different each time. And that's what he loves about this character, is that he doesn't have to be the same person year in and year out.
Yeah.
And he even has a say in what type of Wells he plays.
He does.
So I think Sherlock was actually his idea.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, why wouldn't it be?
Because I know that Harry, I think it was Harry. Was Harry the smart one, or was Harry the one with the drumsticks?
The drumsticks?
Yeah, the author
Oh.
that fell in love with the scientist and died because Sabotage.
That was Harrison Wells.
Okay.
Harry's
the smart one. Okay.
Yeah.
So Harrison was his idea too, because they needed a comedian, and he felt they needed.
Yeah, the one that's
season.
Wally, the one not Wally's, the one that is Jesse's father.
That's Harry.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I get their names mixed up. But yeah, because
the true Wells was the one that that was married to the scientist.
Yeah.
Was the one that Savitar, I think.
No.
No. That was
Reverse
that.
Flash.
Yeah, Reverse Flash. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Because in the season with Savitar, it was so dark and depressing, or it was supposed to be. It was just stupid and painful. But it was his idea that they needed something funny for the season, so he came up with Harrison, and he was like, let's do this, and they were like, okay, and that's basically kind of what happened. This time is, let's do this, okay. But yeah, I mean, yeah, he's cool, but he's really mean.
Oh, Sherlock?
Yes.
Yeah. He is.
Like the way he just put Ralph down. I know a lot of people hate on Ralph and everything,
I like Ralph.
but I don't mind Ralph. And if you want to know why, go back and watch our last season reviews. He was pretty much, yeah.
He has his, like, issues.
When Barry was in jail, he shined.
He did.
Very well.
He did, and he helped.
The minute they took Barry out of jail, they didn't know what to do with him and went down the chute again.
Yeah.
But...
And I mean, like, I think that, you know, he's necessary.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he's an interesting character. He can help them in different ways.
I think he's going to come out this season.
Yeah.
Not as, like, out of the closet.
You think he's going to shine more this season?
No. He's going...
Come out of his shell?
No.
What do you mean, then?
I was going to say... he's going to reveal his identity.
Oh.
Because his character does that in the comics. So, to drum up publicity for
publicity. It's not that hard to say.
Well, I don't know why my mouth can't say it right now. For his detective job. Because he's going to be more a detective this season. I couldn't even say that word right, and I couldn't even say couldn't right just a second ago. I can't speak tonight, guys. How is that different from any other night? I don't know. But that's the main consensus is that he's going to reveal himself. So that he can start getting jobs.
I think season 5's just gonna kind of be like that for a lot of them. I feel like it's gonna be like, you know, identity, finding yourself, like, you know, family and things like that. So it's gonna be a lot more about those types of things, and we're gonna see more of those types of things from his character.
Yeah. I mean, if he stays close to Wells, to Sherlock, then he's going to learn a lot more, and he's going to get better at it. I do think that Wells is a good Sherlock. He's not Wells, he's Sherlock. Good Lord.
You do think that the actor plays a good Sherlock?
No, I'm saying that he's a good detective.
Yeah.
And that he made one screw up, but that's because every time he's brought to an Earth, it's always this one person. So, of course, it's going to be this one person again.
Right.
They didn't tell him about why things would be different. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that, you know, him killing people that weren't supposed to die would have been a clue. Like, because Brick and Cinderblock? No, not Cinderblock. That's another series entirely.
Brick and Block?
Oh. That's what I was thinking. That's why I said Cinderblock instead.
Yeah.
But Gridlock.
Gridlock, yeah.
And Brick? Or whatever. Gridlock and the girl, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were both killed by him. And by a cicada. And they weren't supposed to be killed by a cicada in the original timeline. So therefore you can assume that on all the other Earths, those people were not killed by cicada in those timelines. Therefore, Sherlock should have been able to tell that this was not going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
So I think he flubbed up tremendously right there.
Oh, Sherlock?
Yeah. That should have been, like, the biggest red flag. But he just saw it as an easy paycheck, I guess. I love how the scientist Wells, how he treated Barry and and everybody's like, I don't know a Cisco. And I'm like, the hell?
His accent.
You see him all the time.
It's like nobody gives a crap about Cisco.
I know, and it's so sad.
Cisco's awesome.
He is.
What was the line he said that made us laugh, Cisco? Remember?
At which part?
Like, I think it was close to the end or something. Like, after he'd been discovered as alive through the port.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Crap that's just been thrown at her that she's totally effed up the timeline.
Like she definitely wants to do a good job, and she doesn't down and focused and listened to what Barry said and had a plan. Like, she felt really good because she was able to save Cisco. But I think her reaction is like realistic because I mean, she's from the future.
Yeah.
Like, you can change the future, but there are certain things that by being in the present time can still mess up things. Like, even just interacting with certain people, or certain people dying, like the ones that weren't supposed to, and things like that.
Well, the ones that weren't supposed to die only died because because someone else became Cicada, not the person who was supposed to.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, even just being, like, even coming from the future and just, like, being a part of that can still mess things up, even if that's not what you're intending to do or your intention. Like, anytime you mess with things like that, it's going to change something.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you intentionally do it or not. If you go back in time, come from the future, it's going to mess things up. So, yeah.
One thing I wish happened was when Barry sat her down to have that conversation that this isn't your fault, or that you at least need to think things through, in the hallway by the containment cells that they have. I really wish that he would, like, this is all training for her, and finding out that her dad's not as perfect as she's been led to believe because she's only seen the perfect part of him.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure the Flash Museum doesn't involve anything about Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Like, before Flashpoint, I'm sorry, but Cisco did not have abilities, and
He didn't.
Wally didn't, and Jesse didn't. And then he comes back. Oh wait, no, Jesse had abilities, didn't she?
Because she was from the other Earth, so...
No, she didn't. They both got hit by the wave.
Yeah.
It was the Good Dinosaur episode. Was that season 1?
No, that was season 2.
So that was Flashpoint.
Flashpoint was the first one of season 3.
Okay. So it was before Flashpoint. So Wally didn't have abilities, but Jesse did.
She was in the Good Dinosaur episode?
They were both in that not the exact episode of the Good Dinosaur, but when they brought him back, there was another explosion.
Okay.
And the waves hit both of them.
Yeah, I know that. I remember that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about,
Okay.
is the waves that hit both of them. And...
Yeah, because that was like right
That was
here.
season
And the
2.
Runaway Dinosaur.
Oh, okay,
It's season 2, episode 21.
Yeah, so that's when Jessie got her abilities, so okay. But Wally didn't have abilities until Flashpoint.
Yeah, and Flashpoint was the first one of season 3.
And so, if you think about it, Like, he should have told Nora how much he screwed up.
Yeah.
Like, that's a huge screw up. Cisco's brother is now dead for, like, months, and he's still dealing with it. Like, his brother was not dead before this point.
Mm-hmm.
And, so, you had Cisco's brother being dead, Cisco now being Vibe. Like, he got his abilities after Flashpoint. And, the Pied Piper was a friend after Flashpoint, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Pied Piper became good-ish. He wasn't locked up. He wasn't a prisoner anymore. He was a good guy. And, like, all this, like, different things had happened. Wally now had abilities, and I mean, that was the season where Wally got abilities because he went to Savitar for them. But, like, Savitar happened because of that. Like, everything that went wrong was all because Barry did Flashpoint. So, Barry screwed up hella big.
He did.
Because
He really did.
people that didn't have powers suddenly had powers.
Mm-hmm.
People that weren't dead are suddenly dead.
Right. I mean, they were going to bring in Vibe eventually anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that wasn't necessarily a screw-up. That was something that was inevitably going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But the other stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even if that was something that was inevitably going to happen, in the original timeline, it didn't happen.
Yeah, I know.
It happened specifically because of
he messed up,
Flashpoint.
yeah, because he messed up.
And Killer Frost, I mean, that was eventually going to come out
Mm-hmm.
because she'd been Killer Frost since she was a child before
Right.
before anything ever
But see,
happened.
we didn't learn that until just recently.
Right. So we had always thought that she was Killer Frost strictly because of Barry.
Yeah.
But no, Killer Frost was awoken strictly because of Barry.
Yeah.
She might have appeared later on in
And
their
I mean,
life.
he had to do what he had to do. Yes, he messed it up and he screwed up
He
big
had
time.
to go through that.
But he had to go through it to realize what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had to realize that he could be without his parents, that it was okay, that he couldn't fix everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he did. He realized that.
Yeah.
But in the process, it had consequences.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, anytime you mess with time, it's going to have consequences.
Right. So think about it. Like, once we had Flashpoint,
Mm-hmm.
we haven't had any indication of the Tornado Twins.
Yeah, we haven't.
Like, what if that was only because of... What if because of Flashpoint, we don't get the Tornado Twins because that was the original timeline?
But wait, wasn't when Barry was in prison, like, didn't he say stuff about, like, diapers or there need to be, like, more things when he was, like, you know, thinking of all these, like, language
That was
things?
before prison. That was when he came out of the, that was when, that was the beginning of the season.
Of season...
Last season.
Season 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he came
So
out
that
of
was
Speed Force.
post-Flashpoint.
No, that was after Flashpoint, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was talking, maybe,
We've had indications.
okay, we've had indications and pictures that Iris might be pregnant this season.
Yeah.
So therefore saying, since Cecile just had a baby, they need double the diapers because there's 2 babies in the family.
Mm.
That's where a lot of people are thinking that that's it.
Yeah.
Because
And even
yeah.
when Iris was wearing the suit and she had the powers, they thought it was because she was pregnant too. A lot of people were speculating about that.
Right. But because Iris kind of looks a little chunky in some of the pictures, people are speculating that she's going to be pregnant this season.
Yeah.
But, Barry screwed up all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And how much do you want to bet Nora has no idea?
Oh yeah, she thinks her dad is amazing.
So he
And I mean,
should
he
tell
is.
her.
He is. He's a great person. He is a hero.
Right. But him traveling back through time killed his friend's brother, gave his friend abilities, basically screwed the lives of a bunch of people, and he has to live with that every day.
Yeah. But
She
he's
needs
learning
to-
to deal with it better.
Yeah, but she needs to
No, I
hear
know.
this.
She does. She does.
Because
I
she
agree.
just screwed up in a very tremendous way,
She did.
and people are dying that shouldn't have died.
She's her father's daughter.
Yeah, but she needs to, like, be, like, how he showed her the training videos. Like, see, I wasn't always that good. I couldn't even stop when I ran. I would just crash.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to tell her that that was his first experience, that he time traveled and did that, and effed up the entire
trying
world.
to be honest about it.
Yeah, but he hasn't told her about it. He hasn't explained it
Yeah.
to her. Like, how much he really screwed up reality.
Yeah.
And I think that she needs to hear that, or she'll just, I mean, it won't help,
I think,
but it'll let her know that even though she screwed up, everything's going to be okay, because Barry did the same thing. He screwed up, and
Yeah.
everything still turned out okay.
I think she just needs to know that yes, he is a hero and he's like this idol. She idolizes him, but at the same time, she needs to realize that he's also human
Mm-hmm.
and he can make tremendous mistakes like he made.
Yeah.
And I think if she's informed about those things, it'll, you know, she'll still love him and she'll still idolize him as her father and as the hero that he is, but she'll realize that, you know, he also makes mistakes and he's also human.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very humanizing, humbling thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe he's still having a hard time coming to terms with it, but he's more okay with it than he was before, and he just doesn't want to tell her. But he probably will tell her eventually this season. If he doesn't, well, then that's the writer's fault. But I hope that that happens.
Yeah, that's a conversation that needs to happen.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure it will soon. Hopefully. I
Yeah.
should say sure if I'm not sure. Hopefully. Hopefully it will happen soon.
Yeah. And, going to the cicada attack on Joe, I think Joe was a little slow on the uptake for a detective.
Yeah.
Because the and the only reason why he was able to tell Iris that he might be a father is because of the way he picked up the baby's banky.
Piggy
right?
bank?
No, blanket.
Oh, blanket.
Yeah, blankie. You know, like, he picked it up.
Well, I mean, paternal instinct.
Yeah, but, okay. I'm sorry. But he kept mentioning, you're a family man, and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to do this to a man with a family, and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Family, family, family. Gee, I wonder if this guy's got a family. Are you a damn detective or not?
He hasn't really been doing a lot of detective work lately.
Well, no, but he's classed as a detective,
No,
not
I know.
as a police officer.
I know.
Like,
I'm just saying.
he needs to earn his damn stripe and do his job.
Yeah. I mean, is he even working right now?
Yes. And I think that he should be doing what he should be doing and not be like, oh,
No, I
only
agree.
because he picked up the blanket, I know he's a father.
Yeah.
But no. And really, I think that everyone should have picked up on the fact that that in the last episode, the only thing that made Cicada stop was that Nora yelled, "Dad!" And he didn't want to kill her and kill Barry in front of his daughter.
Yeah.
Like, I have huge issue with how they haven't already figured out that he was a daddy. Oh, but the blanket was the reason that Joe figured out he was a daddy. That shouldn't have been the only clue he had. So he should have, expanded with Iris instead of just saying, yeah, the way he touched the blankie told me he was a daddy. It's a whole damn conversation. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the only... I think that's the only thing I actually wanted to blow up about tonight for this show.
Yeah.
For this show.
Right. We still have Black Lightning. But yeah, like, no, I agree with that. I mean, he should have been able to give more information. And, I mean, people should have been able to pick up too when Nora said that. But also, I think that Barry didn't necessarily, because he had just woken up from being
I don't
out.
think that
that wasn't gonna register with
No.
Barry.
No.
And Iris wasn't there.
They were all on comms. They were hearing everything. And
I think they were just so worried about Barry in that moment that it didn't register.
yeah. But
That's the reason that I think it didn't catch on.
but still, for them, it's been maybe a week or so since that happened.
I know.
And they're all supposed to be smart as hell, so I think they should have figured it out by now.
I mean, at least they're gonna deduce that.
Yeah.
By like probably the next episode or two, that he is a father, and the reason that he's going after Metas is because of what happened to his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And then what about the stuff with Caitlin?
Okay. Before we jump to Caitlin, let's stay on Cicada for a second.
Okay.
When he went to meet his daughter.
Uh-huh.
And there's something off about that doctor. Like, what the hell? Like, she's in on it? Like, the freaking hell is that? How is she okay with him killing people? Like, the Hippocratic Oath, hello, people. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is not there for you to be a hypocrite. That's not what it is, okay? I mean, like, no. I mean, why name it that? Like, why name it the Hippocratic Oath if it's not there to be hypocritical? The terminology makes just, But
there's a lot of things that don't make sense.
Right. But, I mean, still, like, she's a doctor. She took that oath.
Yeah.
And I'm just like...
I think it's more of an ethical thing than it is like a,
Yeah. But she's like, you need to stop before it gets worse. And then, like, he shows her his wound.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to, like, I'm so happy for Nora right now. Because we saw when she first tried to throw lightning, it bounced every which way. She could not throw the thing straight.
Mm-hmm.
She runs in and just, whoo!
Yep.
And shoots the dude right in the shoulder. And I was like, oh my gosh, she landed it! And I was just like, ha! Like, in that moment, I was so excited for her. And I was like, but, it's whatever. Like, it probably didn't do much to him. He probably just absorbed the energy.
Yeah.
And then we see him at the hospital, and he's still got the scar, and it's pulsating, and the wound isn't closing, it's not healing. I'm like, he can be damaged by them. They just have to be a correct distance away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. That he's gonna be permanently damaged in the shoulder by her first lightning throw. Like, if she ever found that out, that the guy that her dad could not stop, that her dad couldn't injure, that her dad couldn't, like, the unstoppable, the one that got away villain, was permanently and forever going to be in pain and scarred because of her. She would flip her lid, like, that's so Shay. Shui.
Shui.
Whatever. I'm as cool as Iris, apparently. I can't even get it right.
That's so Shui.
Right? Like, I did
Who
not...
says that?
Apparently it's a feature thing. But I did not think that people our age could sound as lame as our parents do when they try to sound cool. Because I know that when I try, I can be cool. And believe it or not, guys, I am pretty cool. But... Your face. But no, like, I can get away with the lingo. Like, when I want to, I can make the lingo be cool or whatever you want to call it. But Iris is just so over the top with it, like our parents are when they're trying to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, how? Like, why do you remind me of my mom right now?
Yeah.
But yeah. So yes, let's get back to Caitlin now. I just wanted to freak out about this at the injury. Like, that was just really cool.
No, I mean it was cool that she was able to do that.
Yeah. Caitlin thing. That was pretty, like, okay, I've talked a lot, so you need to
and then the part too where Sherlock was like asking.
Well,
Nora,
that's the
okay.
we're gonna touch that at the end, cause
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Caitlin, she went to talk to her mom, and of course her mom didn't help at all.
Right,
She
she lied.
just made her feel even worse.
Yeah, but Caitlin knows that her mom signed it because she saw it in a vibe last episode.
Yeah. And she's like, "Don't hold on to the past."
Mm-hmm.
And then like the whole thing with the elements and like Caitlin, come find me. Right?
Like, I love that he used Caitlin's elemental table.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, she's sitting there going, I don't know what my dad was saying. His mind must be the first to go because these elements don't exist. And I'm just like, those elements, like, don't exist because they're on your table. And then, like,
yeah,
he gives her the table, and she's like, holy crap! I'm like, I was so right. That's why my brother doesn't like me talking when we watch these shows.
I can understand why.
But yeah, I thought there was a word that came after me because the way she was like writing it in, it kind of looked like it.
Well, because like before we watched the episode from the beginning, I caught the last part of it.
Okay.
Because it was still on when I got home.
Right.
And so I put it on, and I saw that her write that, and I'm like, so I knew that like it was gonna be come because she had written M-E and then M-E, and me was at the end, but then the other M-E went with come,
right?
And so I was like, yeah, it's like come find me, and then it said Caitlin, come find me. So
yeah, like just the fact that like her mom hid that letter from her.
Her mom is a bitch.
She is. I don't like your mom. Just period. Like, we know the reason why the dad left. Like, come on.
Unless the mom murdered him and she's trying to cover it up.
No, the dad has powers just like Caitlin, and he couldn't control them, so he ran off. Like, that's totally gonna be the storyline. I'm calling it now. But yeah, I mean, like, because she couldn't control Killer Frost initially. And then they came to an understanding and an agreement, and they're friends. And now she's lost without her because she didn't live the first 20 years of her life without her. Which she did! I mean...
Yeah.
Kind of, because she didn't know she existed.
Right.
So, I mean, come on now. You live most of your life not knowing that this other part of you exists because they're closed somewhere inside you deep down. And now that you've lost her again, like, you don't know how to go on. Like, I don't know, that kind of is just like, why?
Oh, Caitlin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think her dad's kind of in the same boat as she was when she first got the Killer Frost abilities. He can't control it. He probably hasn't befriended his killer side yet. But
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I mean, I'm liking that we're actually getting stuff with Caitlin for
Mhm.
once.
Yes, ever since the Ronnie stuff, she hasn't had much of a story arc.
She has not.
I mean, she kind of had that whole, like, I'm evil, hear me roar, I'm siding with Savitar thing.
Yeah.
But,
But then once they defeated Savitar, I mean that.
oh, look!
You know.
Like, I'm going off so I can learn how to control Killer Frost again.
Right.
And then it's like, she reappears. She controls her by wearing a bracelet. And then
what
it's
was
like,
that gonna do?
and then it's like, oh wait, no, she totally has her under control now. Even though she only knew how to control her with a bracelet that made her like not able to come out. So that's not being able to control her. That's just having power over her.
Yeah.
And suddenly they're best friends. Like, oh my gosh, they care about each other. And
Please stop.
like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. The whole her suddenly become like that arc where she suddenly becomes friends with her.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
So this is so far the only good arc she has had, and it better stay good.
Mm-hmm. It better.
Yes. So let's talk about the end. Sherlock asked a pretty big question and did not get an actual answer, and the look on her face said yes. Nora's not working alone. She had someone telling her what to do this entire time. Because how else would she decide that? Like he was saying, what made you decide to actually hit the satellite? Like, what made you decide to help at that moment? Like, why then? You had all this other time you could have helped defeat the villain.
Someone is helping her.
Right.
But who?
Yeah.
That is the question that we are all dying to know.
Could it be
Could it be?
twin sibling?
Who?
A twin sibling?
Maybe.
Could she be Nora Dawn Allen?
Maybe.
Because did we get her middle name already? Was that established? I don't remember.
know. But I mean,
Even if it was, she could be lying.
if they were twin, if it was like a twin sibling though, wouldn't it be a boy?
Yeah.
And you
The
said
other
Nora
one.
Dawn Allen.
Because Nora is a girl.
Yeah.
But there's a twin. So maybe that twin is telling her, or their sibling, their twin, that you need to do this now.
Yeah.
And I said Nora Dawn because that's probably her middle name.
Okay.
No matter what the hell she told everyone else.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nora Dawn West Allen, because they kept it hyphenized?
Hyphenated.
Yeah, hyphenated. Even
I just
for the
put
children.
them together.
Yeah. But she's not working alone, and that just
Blows my mind.
like, who the hell from the future would be helping her?
I guess we will find out.
What do you guys
Sherlock
think?
is a good detective.
He is, and he knows a little too much for his own good.
That's why he's Sherlock.
Yeah. Yeah. anyways, yeah,
Next week looks good.
it does. I wish we got more about the future.
The future.
I liked the look at the Flash Museum. Unfortunately, we only saw the villain, the villain area.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't very big, which disappointed
Or Hall of Villains.
me. Yes, there were some things that I know people are going to be talking about that are clues as to what we might see in future seasons or in future one-off episodes or whatever that I didn't catch because I was too busy looking at the wand sitting there going, that looks familiar, I don't know why. So, yeah, if you guys recognize anything at the end of Hall of Villains, let us know in the comments below. Let's talk about it.
Easter eggs.
Yes. Or Twitter us. Tweet.
I
I know.
us.
I like to say it incorrect. Like,
Why?
I don't know. I just like to say it like that. Like, I just like to say Twitter instead of tweet.
Twittering.
It's just what I like. Like, I'll say it correctly.
Tweet.
Sometimes, but I do like to say Twitter me.
Tweet.
But yeah. So keep the conversation going.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know who you think the companion of Nora is and where they are right now. Like, where would they be? And oh, one more thing. In the preview for next episode, we're going to find out that Iris did something huge that alienates Nora in the future.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to find out what the hell she did wrong. Like, I'm happy about this for some reason. I'm just like,
Obviously.
what'd she do? Like, I had a big grin on my face when she said that. I was like, what'd she do? I was
Plot
so happy.
thickens.
Because she's not been doing much this season so far. I know we're only a couple episodes in, but I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So, anyways, sorry for that little
It's all
side
good.
thing. I suppose
Until
next time,
keep believing in the impossible.